Hello, hello.
Hi,
And
my
we are
friend.
live. Hello, Claire.
I miss you.
I miss you
miss you.
too. We're going to make everybody so sick, aren't we? Just go, we miss you for the whole 30 minutes. We will talk on top of things. But we're just going to give everyone a minute to dial in because I know so many people reached out to me and said they were really looking forward to this one.
Oh, that makes me feel special.
And quite a few people from the soul system, I think, are already like fangirling all over you because of obviously we share your photos and we get so excited for your progress. So a couple of the girls are like, yes, I'm already fangirling all over Claire. So I want to know exactly what's happening.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, well, I can't wait to meet them all in person one of these days.
One day when we do a big international retreat, it'll be so cool. So I know that we're live. Thomas, we got you on the line. Thomas has so kindly offered to take some notes for us today and capture all the important points that come out. So let's get started. I know we're live, so let's get started. So, Ms. Claire,
hi.
We have known each other like forever, like literally since being 4 years old.
Can you even disclose how long that is?
I'm not going to disclose it because it's obscene, but it's more than 3 decades, which is just crazy, isn't it?
What is my quote? It's longer than my husband's been alive.
Longer than your husband's been alive, which is scared the shit out of me. But yes, it's been a long time. But we wanted to talk to you. So you are one of the biggest friends and advocates of Now Is Your Time. Like, you have literally been with us since we had the hairball idea around hairbrain idea, even like 2 years ago this week around the kitchen table, like, why don't we have a business? And you know, you ring your friend and you think your friend will say, now come on, that's, you know, and you were like, yes, do it. I've been seeing you for years to do this, just do it. So you've been there with us since like day dot, and you've been a client of ours as well, which is amazing because we don't usually coach our friends, but you are so coachable. So we were just like, it's going to work, and it's worked really beautifully. And the thing is, the reason that we're here today is to talk about health, because you have all the stuff we've coached you've nailed, like the financial goals, the house, which we're going to hear about the house. But the health goal for you was the one that was always in your priorities, but just took longer to crack. So we really want to find out today, like, what was it that made it click? You've lost 40 pounds and you started just before Christmas. Like, everybody wants to know how you've done that, especially at the minute we're all seem to be eating on and drinking our way to feeling a little bit better every day. So that's what we really want to talk to you about today.
Yeah. Excellent.
So just take us back a little bit then. So we're back in December 2019. We're all excited for the new decade. And it wasn't so much the weight even, was it? It was like the feeling of like the bloatedness, the tiredness, the not having energy on the morning. That was what was really driving you nuts, wasn't it?
It was the health aspect, because, you know, everyone likes to look nice in a pair of white jeans, or likes to know that things in your wardrobe fit. Everyone feels that way, I think, for the most part. But there was that which I had sort of gotten peace with. You know, you get peace with, well, I'm however old, you know, I'm middle-aged, whatever, and this is how it's supposed to be. It was all the other stuff that just drove me crazy, and because it was detracting from my life. So yes, the not feeling good every day, not having the energy to get up with the kids. I've got 2 small kids, you know, 7 and 3. Not you know, having more duvet days than I wanted. You know, getting everyone out to school and work, and then wanting to just crawl under the covers again, which was not normal for me. Having to fake it, like I had to fake it a lot, you know, because people are used to me being upbeat and lively and happy, and I like being that way. But then getting out and about, having to fake it a lot, I hated all of that, and I didn't know why, and I was looking for a reason why. And so it kept coming back to weight, it kept coming back to health, it kept coming back to what is causing all of this. And if you remember, when we did our very first Explore together as a client, I was more surprised than anyone to find out that it was weight issues that were my big thing. I was expecting it to be conquering work goals, or you know, conquering the world goals, and it was weight.
And it
I was
raped.
really shocked by that.
And it was crazy how that came. And I think the thing for me was, because you are one of these women that always comes across so confident and so, and like you carry yourself well, and like I forget what our bodies were like before the kids, and I think because we see each other gradually, it kind of creeps on, doesn't it? And you'd had obviously your podcast, which was all about how little Lynn had a brain operation when she was born and everything.
Right,
so you'd had like a lot. You'd had like a lot.
Everyone has a lot. Everyone has a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our thing. That just happened to be my thing, right?
Yeah,
and everyone has their thing. So back in December, it had been another year of me trying diets, me trying health plans, me trying whatever I could just to get the weight under control, not get it all off, not be the way I was when I was 20. You know, I think I had very realistic goals, and I'm also a very diligent person. So if you tell me what to do and I know what I want to accomplish, I'll do it.
You were super disciplined. Like
I'm very disciplined. And so I had a year last year of me fighting against it, trying everything there was, throwing money at it.
Yeah,
a lot of money at
the
it.
meal plans, hadn't you? And the PT.
Yeah.
And
I'd done these very fancy chef prepared, calorie controlled gourmet meals that get delivered to you, thinking it was that. I had the personal trainers one-on-one who practically did everything but lift the weights for me, you know, and nothing had worked. And so I kept trying and trying and trying and trying. So I had tracked a friend on Facebook, and I'd seen her, she lost 70 pounds. I'd just been watching her and kind of stalking her, and then getting back out, and then watching her again and then getting back out. And I was curious, but then I thought, that's not for me. You know, I'll go try this. So then I tried keto, or I try intermittent fasting. I tried everything. And then I'd watch her again, and I was a little bit jealous. Like, I'd see her Facebook posts of losing weight and being out with her family and participating in life. And I would be like, well, that's not, how can she have that? And well, I'll try this, you know? And so that went on for almost a year. And I got to the point where I had gone to a doctor, and I said, there must be something wrong. Run every blood test you can. There's something medically, and maybe there's a shot or a pill or a cream, I don't know. There's a reason why this is not working. And I happened to come across this friend again one weekend. I'd been invited to something, and she was there talking about what she'd done. And it was just another thing where I was like, I need to give this a try. I need to try it. It worked for her. Maybe it'll work for me. I didn't believe it would, but I was like, I've tried everything else. Why not?
Really, were you thinking at the beginning, like, this isn't, it probably won't work, but I've got nothing to lose, kind of?
Because past history had proven, the past however many years had proven that nothing worked for me. You know, I was the Weight Watchers person who, they didn't know why Weight Watchers didn't work. They sent my logbook off to headquarters in England because they didn't know why Weight Watchers didn't work for me. They didn't know why this. I had the trainers, the very expensive trainers, tell me, I think your body's just happy where it is. And
it's your body.
You know, I think your body just wants to be here. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want it to be here. That's crap. I don't care.
I don't care what the body wants.
And then you have the realization that the trainers who say they can do anything for anyone are bailing out on you. Like, they can't help you. And so, you know, let's be real. If, you know, you have these little BMI calculators that you can run. I was obese, like, which was crazy to me.
Like, I would never, ever, like, yes, we all want to maybe be like a dress size down or something, but I would never have said you were obese.
I wouldn't have. I don't believe it. Yeah. I would have put money on the fact that I wasn't, and no one who saw me or knows me walking around would have ever imagined that. But I was.
But you weren't like a binge eater. You don't sit and stuff your face with chocolate every day. You don't eat takeaways every day. Like, generally speaking, you eat pretty well. You walk with the girls. You are going to the gym. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it had just crept up, hadn't it? It just crept up.
Right. And yes, I mean, I've always been a salads person. I've always watched what I eat, organic this, and measured that, and the odd splurge here and there. But no, I'm not a sweetie. That's the thing. People here, you know, I live in Dallas. People here, there's a lot of chocolate and there's a lot of cakes, and I don't like a lot of the American stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and so I've always said I'm a little bit of a chocolate snob when it comes to that. And so the stuff that I don't eat, everyone would say, you should be skinny. And I'm like, well, I know, but who knows? It's just my body. My body doesn't respond well.
It likes to be this way.
It likes to be this happy. It's happy. So so I'd done all of the right things and it still didn't work, which was what led me to, there must be a medical thing.
Yeah.
So we went and ran all the tests, and the doctors came back and said, sorry, there's actually nothing wrong with you. I mean, I know you really were hoping it was the thyroid thing, which is silly. You know, I literally was hoping they would find.
You wanted an explanation.
A reason, right? So I see this friend of mine. It just clicked at the right time. It was right around Thanksgiving here, which is, you know, the start of eating and drinking and parties and everything. And she just said, just do it. And I remember saying to her, I think I'll wait until January because I've got my parents coming. We've got parties. I've got work parties. I'm hosting parties. There's all of these things going on. And she said, just do it, because there will always be a party. There's always going to be a trip. There's always going to be a family event. There's always going to be something that will stop you doing it. So I started it on the 6th of December, and I'll tell you, that was a Friday. That very next week, I had a brunch. I had a work Christmas party. I had a girls' night out, and I had a party at my house I was throwing all within the first week. And this plan I've been doing is very simple, and it really promotes healthy habits across the board, not just diet and health and what you eat, but mental, emotional, you know, financial, just all of it kind of encompassing what you need to do as a person to live a really optimal life. And so I learned that first week how to work all of these very busy things around eating well, nourishing my body well, taking care to do that. But I had to be diligent about it that first week. Well, by the end of that first week, with all of those parties and all of those things, I'd lost 7 pounds.
Wow.
Which had never happened to me ever in the history of
that's like 6 months worth of hard slog of not eating and not drinking and not
that was what, and I didn't believe it at first. You know, I remember my friend saying, how much weight do you want to lose? And I said, I don't know, like 20 pounds, 25. And she was like, okay. And then we kept talking. I remember saying, oh, I lied. It's actually more like 30 or 35. And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the conversation, I remember saying to her, right, it's really 40. And I don't know why I told you 25. And I do know why. Because 25 seemed safer to me. 40 seemed like it was never, ever going to happen. Like I was setting myself up for failure. So like it was impossible. It was impossible. I've never lost that much weight ever. And my body just didn't do that. And so I was already putting it out there and setting myself up for failure. So when I had lost 7 pounds in the first week, it gave me a little encouragement. And I kept on. By Christmas Eve, I'd lost 12 pounds.
Wow.
That was by Christmas Eve. I hadn't
Christmas Eve.
I hadn't missed out on a thing. I hadn't felt deprived. I hadn't felt like you feel on a diet. You know, this plan is very much about you learning what works for your body, and it puts you into a fat burn that gives you energy, and it makes you, and you see results quickly, which helps. And you feel really good really quickly, and it's a natural, you know, your body is really working for you. So I started feeling how it felt for my body to be nourished and work well, and that's a really good feeling. So I wanted more of that.
And did you have more energy in the morning? Because that was one of the big things, wasn't it? You would wake up and feel tired, and like
myself out of bed.
We used to say, didn't we? Like we couldn't move our hands properly. We're like, is this just getting old? Is it like
Yes, and ankles hurting and feet hurting, and I had carpal tunnel. That's like something I mean, how did that happen? You know, all of
Yeah.
these aches and pains that you associate with, it's just me getting older.
Uh-huh.
And yes, so this program is a blood sugar stabilization program that gets you into fat burn within about 3 to 4 days of you
Mm-hmm.
starting it.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when your body goes into fat burn is it uses itself for energy. And so the side effects of fat burn are increased energy,
Mm-hmm.
better sleep,
Mm-hmm.
better mood, inflammation goes down. So that puffy feeling that, you
Yeah.
know, my husband's even commented my hands look better. It's, you know,
Uh-huh.
it's just weird little things. My shoes are fitting better. It's, you know, all of this. And so
Crazy.
you get all of these. So yes, I noticed by about day 4 or 5, I woke up before the alarm went off, and I didn't think about a nap all day.
Mm.
I haven't thought about naps honestly since December, and I
Yeah,
used
you
to
used to like
live
a nap. We used to
for
call
a
you little
nap.
nana
Yeah,
naps, didn't we?
yeah,
Like,
yes, and
yeah.
and I've got enough energy to keep going all day with the kids. And I would notice by bedtime, I was putting them to bed, and I'm like, I haven't even thought about sitting down, or I
Mm.
haven't thought about putting my pajama bottoms on because I'm uncomfortable. I haven't thought about any of this. All of these things start happening where I was like, this is actually what it's like to live life and
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
it. Um, so I fast forwarded to the 6th of January, which is the day I was actually going to start, which was my day that I thought, and my friend had
Mm-hmm.
said no. By then I'd lost 14 pounds. So I
Which is
started
like
the
a
year,
stone, which is like
yeah, a stone, one stone.
phenomenal.
Yes, yes, yes.
Phenomenal. Over
In
Christmas.
over Christmas without missing out on a thing, without missing out on a thing. And so I started the new year already ahead, and I thought to myself, if I'd waited, I could have been heavier and more
Another,
bloated and
yeah, yeah.
tired, and then I would have been starting this in January. So
So were
that
you
has
still having like alcohol? Because that's what everyone wants to know. Would you be having cakes? Were you having alcohol? Were you having, the Christmas dinner, or were you just
right.
sticking religiously to the food and the plan? Or
So the way this plan works, you can have alcohol. You cut out the alcohol with high sugar content, which is wine, and that
mm,
was hard for me. Night before I
mm,
started, I might have had a full bottle of wine, whether
yeah,
I
I
wanted it or not,
think that's standard.
because I felt like I was about to go into prison. You know,
Yeah, yeah, you
that's about
really
me.
do. But I remember you
But
said to me, and I can have vodka.
but yes, vodka,
Uh-huh.
tequila. Who couldn't be happy? Who couldn't be
Mhm.
happy? So, yes, so I have had probably, I've had alcohol every week I've been on the plan, a
Mhm.
few times a week. If I want a drink, I have a drink.
Yeah,
I wasn't standing at a party in the corner drinking water.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
most people didn't even know I was doing anything. Most
yeah.
people didn't even notice I was doing anything because it really hadn't impacted my life that much. What we do is there are certain meals that you eat. It's a meal replacement plan in the early days. So there's meals that I would eat, and then I would also have a normal meal that I would eat. So I would use that if I was out to dinner with friends or lunch or
Yeah.
what have you.
Well, because you said,
Christmas.
didn't you, it was important to you to have to be like the perfect role model for the girls as well. You don't want them seeing mom having different meals over here all the time and them questioning
Absolutely.
smart
Well,
girls.
yeah, you don't. I didn't want them to always see their mom on a diet. Mom's on a
Mhm.
diet. Mom's on a diet. She's trying to
Because
lose weight again.
yeah, I remember growing up
Because we
without
watched,
my mum. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We watched that. Our moms would both admit we saw them on every diet our
yeah,
whole lives. Mom was always
yeah.
on a diet. And so I didn't want that. And I didn't want them to think that I thought there was anything wrong with me and the whole body shaming thing and the whole thing. And you can overanalyze that,
Mm,
projecting that onto girls. And
mhm,
so, yes, so I was very conscious about eating real food, about them seeing me eat. I eat every 2 to 3 hours. So I eat
mm,
at least 6 times a day.
mhm.
And the plan, for it to work, you must keep your blood sugar stable. So I have a little alarm that goes off and tells me eat something, and I go,
Mm.
okay,
Uh-huh.
happily, yes, I'd love to, thank you,
I'm in.
because I like food, I love food.
Uh-huh.
I've already eaten this morning. I'm going to eat in a little bit. It's great.
Yeah.
Um, And so this is not kind of a deprivation thing. And so Christmas dinner, I made it. Yorkshire puddings, roast potatoes, the best gravy. It stuffing, you name it. And I ate it.
Crazy.
It was, so truly my life has not been impacted in a negative way. It's not been deprivation. I'm not in prison. It's the absolute opposite. I'm free. I've got more time. I've got more, the decision about what I'm going to eat has been taken out of it. That decision fatigue has gone, because I had a lot of that around where's my next healthy meal going. I obsessed about food. I realized I used to obsess about food, and it wasn't, where am I going to eat the cake? Is it chocolate? Is it this? It was, where's my next healthy meal going to come from?
Yeah. And when you're busy and you've got a busy job, like you've got a massive job, and then you were doing this whole, one of the visions that you'd had from us was this whole house renovation. Like you've literally knocked your house down and built the house 4 times the size. So that is like ongoing. So, and then COVID obviously then comes along. And with all of that, with all of that, you're the person that I know that's losing weight in COVID. Like,
right. I know.
You're well on your way by then, weren't you? Like,
I was. And the other piece of this, I decided about 6 weeks in, I had people noticing, I had people asking me about it. So I decided to become a health coach for the plan. And I'm now certified. I went through a certification, and to me, I loved it, because I was learning and reading and finding out about science behind it and how your body works and what can work for other people. And so this is my chance to pay it forward to others. And, really, I feel like it's a gift to give people this feeling. And again, it's not all about fitting in a certain size. Everyone has their different level of where they're comfortable. It's about feeling like you're living your life the best you can, and it's optimal across the board. And so I started coaching about 6 weeks in, and it has helped me in so many ways. So I'm learning, I'm helping others, which makes you feel good. It's keeping me accountable, because if I'm telling people on a daily basis how they can make themselves healthy, then I also need to lead by example. And so that really helped me snowball it. And I kind of played around with it at first, and then I started seeing all of these friends of mine have amazing results. 18 pounds, 25 pounds, people who said, I used to drag myself out of bed, and now I wake up and I've got energy to play with my kids. Like I feel like a light bulb went on. I've got mental clarity. I'm sleeping better. I get these texts every day now from people saying, I'm feeling like I used to 20 years ago, and it's amazing. And it works for people of all ages. It works for men equally as for women. My father-in-law, it's worked for him. He's done really well. Doesn't matter the age or stage in your life. And so when COVID started, it was a good time for me to really reflect and figure out who else I could help, because I knew that everyone would be in the same boat I was. I had a plan. I wake up every day, and I have habits now, and it's easy. And I never took my eye off what was going to be healthy for me. And so I thank the Lord every day that this came into my life before, because it's made handling all of lockdown so much easier. It took a lot of decision making out of it for me. And so I've worked with a lot of people who started since lockdown has happened. And they're doing, these are working parents with kids at home. They're trying to teach their kids at home. They've got real jobs. They've got real lives. And they're feeling better than they ever have. And so that's encouraged me to do it more and more, which is putting it out there a little bit, going out of my comfort zone, putting the pictures up, which was never, I was very private.
Like, no, exactly. You would always respond and support other people, but you were never out there talking about you. It would be about the girls, but not about you.
It was safer for it to be look at the cute kids than put me in front of the camera. You know, that was not safe. So I had to go out of my comfort zone a little bit. And I did some mental work there, because it's not easy to do that. But it's the only way during a time like this to reach people, because I'm not out and about walking around for people to say, oh, you've lost weight. Oh, you seem like you're happy. Why is that? You know, so it's the only way I can share with people. And a good friend of mine, I might be looking at her right now, gave me a piece of advice when I was struggling with this. I don't even know if you remember.
I remember.
I'm gonna bleep it out, but you said, stop being so selfish.
Yeah. Show everybody how good you look. Like, people want to know that, and people want to hear it. But it's for you and other entrepreneurs that we work with, that's often the thing that's holding them back, though, is they feel like they're being all showy-offy and braggy, and it's like, it's not about you.
No, and you think people are going to judge you. It's that person behind their phone or computer who's going to see your Facebook post and go, oh, here she is again. You know, you think about that one person, and it stops you from doing it.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about the countless people who needed to see it that day, and or would see it and months from now remember it and needed it, you know. And so it took me a while to get over that. Thankfully, I'm over it now, and over it and helping more people, and they're helping more people. And you know, and it's instilling these habits, and it's led to, like I say, body, physical health, mental health, financial health, all of it. And so you know, we're sitting kind of in this time, and it's hard and it's horrible, it's not easy on anyone, but there's a brighter light, and there's some positivity coming out of it, which is great, you know. And you know, for me, it doesn't matter. You find a plan that works for you, but you have to put the work in, and you have to know that there are certain things you have to change. And it's whether that's important to you or not. So part of my plan is you look for, and I've done this with you and Cheryl, what's your why? What's your why for doing something? Doesn't matter what it is. You know, it could be a job, it could be, you know, anything in your life. What's your why? And if you're clear on your why, then you can back into all of the things you need to do to get there.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm so proud of you. Like, you smashed your business goals, you created multiple streams of income, you smashed your health goals, and now you're going to be moving into your family goal of, like, as is literally the vision of you, of the person that you wanted to be, where it was just easy and you felt free, and you're going to be walking into your brand new house with your family, literally feeling like the best version of yourself for a long time, which is just incredible. And you're helping other people along the way.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have, well, we did plan it. I was going to say I couldn't have planned it any better, but we planned it.
You have had this vision now, and it's all coming together. And I remember I was watching something the other day, and it was with it was a Bob Proctor video, and somebody said, well, what if I don't want to hit my goal? And she said, should I just change the goal? And he said, you don't ever change the goal, you change the time frame. And this is a really good example of that. Like, you didn't give up, even though, you know, professionals were telling you maybe it's just your body just likes to be that way, you know, and you were like, screw you. I've got a few questions for you.
Oh yes, I'd love that.
Yeah. So Yvette is asking, did the weight loss keep you on the straight and narrow with regards to consistency and sticking to it? Or what did you tap into in order to stick with it?
I'm so glad she asked that. So yes, obviously, when you see results, it motivates you. You know, if week after week you're doing something, you don't see results, you do get, I mean, human nature, you get dejected. So yes, the weight loss definitely spurred me on. And gave me that boost. But the other parts of this program that I'm doing are very important. So the food diet piece is just one quarter of it. I have a coach, and I am now a coach. So I have someone who supports me and is there at the end of the phone and encouraging me and being the cheerleader and being that person. There is a community. That's been huge. I've relied really a lot on this community of other people who are all in it. So that's helped me in times when the scale wasn't cooperating or when I wasn't feeling good about, like, each element of it has brought me up in different pieces. And then there's also the system of habits and habits of health. Is the fourth piece of this. So at any time, I might need to call on one, two, all of them
Yeah.
to spur me on, but I had all four. It wasn't just a diet. It wasn't just losing weight. It wasn't just a book telling me to have better habits. It was all of it together.
Layer and effective that. Yeah.
And the community has been the big piece that surprised me, especially during COVID. It's been a big driver in keeping me going, which we all need that, right? That interaction.
100%.
That's why we're doing this,
It's why we're doing this. And it's why, well, because you've worked with us as one-to-one, but the reason that we built the Real You program was for that. So we coach women, but create a community, because that's what really helps us on the days where you think, oh, like I feel like I'm not working right, and and it's really important. So
right, absolutely.
So would you, because at the moment, the plan that you follow, that you are also now a qualified health coach for, is available in the States, but it's not in the UK. Because I know everyone's like, what is it? There's like, what is it? So I definitely want you, because it's up to Via, and it's amazing, isn't it? And it's like such a great company. So if you're stateside, people just need to reach out to you when they see this, and you can get them hooked up, and give them some information.
Yes, it's a great company. It's a company that's led with a lot of heart. There's a lot of science behind it. It's a doctor co-founded it, and he's one of the most incredible people I've ever seen. So yes, in the States, it's easy. They can just reach out to me, and I've worked with people from coast to coast and north to south. In the UK, we're just, and we have gone global now. It's in parts of Asia, and I think obviously COVID screws up everything in the world, but Dr. Anderson, his mission is to get people healthy on a global basis, just to optimized health. And so everyone else will be the first to know when it's available in the UK, because I think it could really change a lot of lives. And I know it can. I know it can. And I would be the first, as soon as I can get on a plane, to be over there.
But even if it's not, so even if you're in the country and you're watching this when it goes on YouTube and everything, like, there's so many tips you've given around, getting really connected with your why, finding something that works for you, giving something a go and getting some results, and then letting the momentum and the snowball, and having a community around you, getting someone to do the mindset and the vision work, having sort of your health goals, not just I want to fit in a size 10 pair of white shorts that are now too big, or size 6, whatever the way I saw you in yesterday. I'm like, God damn it, lady. But it's like, that's beautiful, isn't it? But like you said, the jumping up, climbing trees with the girls.
Climbing trees. I climbed a tree on Friday.
Climbing trees with the girls, like, they're the things, not feeling swollen, not feeling, like having so much energy. That's really been the big bonus for you. And finding then this whole new other income street, like this whole other life, really.
That is life changing for me and my family. And yes, so it does not have to be this plan. Obviously, this plan is tried and tested, and it's predictable, and it works, and I know it does. But parts of this will work for other people. So a big piece of it, be graceful to yourself. So don't try to throw it all at once. Build these small incremental habits. It's a little bit of change, like 1% change every day. So if it's drinking a little bit more water, having smaller portions, being, eating every 3 hours to keep your blood sugar stabilized, whatever it is, don't try to throw it all at once, because it's too much for you, so slowly building on that. And finding that community, finding your why, all of that is so important. And we can all improve in little ways that are manageable. And I really do. And then you feel those wins, and you want to do something else, and you want to do something else.
Absolutely. So there's so much love. So when you've done this later, have a look at the notes. Like, people are just really feeling what you've done, and someone shared the link to Optavia as well on there. But reach out if you're stateside. I know some of the people through the Soul System, who know you through us, have reached out and are changing their lives now with it, aren't they? So that's amazing to see.
And there are free resources through the Habits of Health, which we can post in notes as well. There are a lot of free resources that are connected with this program, but they're available to everyone. You know,
Yeah.
there are podcasts that, you know, so you can just at least learn and see what that is. But yeah, I'm happy to, if anyone has any questions, and I'll obviously look at questions after this, I'll answer them one-on-one with people. Happy to do that. I'd love to.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's it. 35 minutes.
Thank
Just went
you.
like that. It's crazy.
We could talk for hours, and we know
We
it.
could talk
Everyone
about-
knows it.
literally, yes. So we're going to stay and chat on the line, but we're going to end the live now. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you, everyone, and have a lovely day.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.